And good evening. Welcome to the VSN broadcast of the Venice Indian football game tonight against Naples Gulf Coast. I'm here with Coach Peacock to do a pregame show about this week's game. Coach, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Kickoff Classics, obviously, it doesn't count on the schedule, but it does count as far as getting prepped for the season and getting some rotation with some players. What are we looking forward to tonight as far as the game is concerned?
Yeah, this is basically a dress rehearsal for the season to answer questions that we may have as a staff, or we may have as a position coach, or we just want to see how we respond to certain situations. So, we're definitely excited to play. It's been the longest off period we've had in a long time, without playing a spring game. But we have some major questions to answer. I want to see how the receivers are going to play, how they're going to line up, if they're going to remember their routes and what they're supposed to be doing. I want to see, Ira Dale has had a phenomenal spring, phenomenal camp. And sometimes it just seems like he just can't be tackled. So I'm excited to see how he does in the game. We got two quarterbacks that are going to be rotating tonight, and Mason Polly and Noah Patton. So I want to see how they respond, how they run the offense, what tempo they run the offense in, and how they're able to execute it. As far as Gulf Coast goes, we don't really know a whole lot about what they're doing. Their coach was fired after the spring, or right towards the end of the spring. So we don't really know what defense they're going to be running, what offense they're going to be running. So we've been more focused on Venice and how we're going to do things. Yeah,
like I said, with not having a look as to what it would be, you're going to have to just go out there and just play it by ear.
We may have to do some adjustments on the sideline as far as what fronts they're giving us, and we may have to do some adjustments on defense. But, pretty much we've presented, pretty much all the formations to our defense, so they should be able to line up and play football. And then, we've gone over every front that we have to block on offense, so it'll maybe just be something that we have to refresh. Hey, we're doing it this way when we get this front. So,
well, I know you guys talk about making things happen in your workouts with sudden change.
Sudden change.
You're going to have sudden change right from the beginning.
Well, surprise attack.
So
that is our sudden change, surprise attack. That's what we build our program around. Like how are we going to adapt?
Right. And again, so we give a big opportunity to do that. With that, I always notice that the first game, kickoff classic, a lot of evaluation done on both sides of the line of scrimmage, because you practice, you're banging against the same guy every week, and all of a sudden, new front, new guy in front of you, and a lot of times you do see a lot of guys who either have validate their position, or guys that get a chance to sneak in and maybe get a position after the
No,
game.
You're right. So there's definitely going to be some huge evaluations on our defensive line to see where we're at and see who's going to be the guy that can step in and play for us.
Yeah, and it's fun to watch because again you think you know what you got until it really happens, and then it's sometimes, I gotta think when you're maybe a first time starter or whatever else. So you talk about Mike with Blakely and all the other guys on as far as skill are concerned, but those O-line guys, they make a mistake, the whole play is messed up. So there's a lot more pressure sometimes on them. On the D-line as well, than you do have with a guy who's running out in space and trying to make plays.
No, you're right. But we'll get that part right. There's going to be mistakes. We know that. There's, we just hope there's not a whole lot of mental mistakes. Obviously there's going to be physical mistakes. You're going to do some things that could be done better. But we want to try to avoid the pre-snap penalties and the sloppiness and, forgetting that I'm on this special team, or forgetting that I'm on this personnel on offense, or forgetting I'm on this personnel on defense.
A lot of pre-snap, or say there were penalties last year. A lot of 1st and 15s. I know at the beginning of games especially, and that was really bugging you. I'm sure you've addressed it this offseason.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we can look pretty clean Friday night.
But even with all that, with your offense that you've had in the past, always high-powered, should we expect to see same type of high-powered, fast-paced offense?
I would hope that we are running full octane, and we're running fast, and we're scoring some points quickly.
As far as summer workouts are concerned, I know you said it sounds like it went very well. Would you agree with that? That they're coming in ready,
phenomenal.
Physically prepared?
Phenomenal summer. That's probably one of the best that we've ever had, as far as not quitting, as far as finishing, And we've really kind of developed some good leadership throughout it too as well.
Because, like I said, I know we've talked about it. You at media days and whatnot, but conditioning has been such a major part of what you do.
Oh, we'll be in shape.
Yeah, and not so. It is obviously there are things that you've done over the years that have given you reason to want to be in that good of shape. But I think with the fast-paced offense and whatnot, but it really has permeated the whole culture of the program. It is about, you're going to win games in November because of what you did in June. And
no,
I think people underestimate that.
We're in a much better position as far as physically and being in shape than we are this year than we were last year.
Coaching staff pretty much still intact. I don't have too many new coaches, but
let's see. We added a few guys. We had a few guys. Sonny Jenkins, who played at Manatee. We added him. Jordan, and I'm sorry, I'll have to tell you Jordan's last name when we came. But Jordan he's awesome. He's actually just taken a year off, and he played with Elliott at Penn State.
Okay,
and he's helping out with the D line, but he's really done a great job. I'm really impressed with him. I think that's it. I think everyone else is the same. I don't think there's any additions.
Yeah, no, like I said, because we talked about it.
Or subtractions either. Everyone's back.
In your coach's show, you've been 20 years. So you've been you and Coach Shannon and who
Wide
else?
line 19.
That's right. Tim is the one that definitely.
Clay, you can count when he played. So
right, he's been here for the
07.
entirety
I
of
think
it.
he just -4, so 16.
Yeah.
Because he was playing football for 4 years at Florida. And then obviously, Butler and Coach Hunter. I mean, I don't know how many years it is for Hunter, so it's got to be almost 10 for Hunter.
Yeah, by this point,
That's a long time.
Is. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I know.
Wow.
So you look at it back and how where the coaches and coaching staff, and it's cohesive. The everything's in place. So I think the startup every year, while it's new players and the different opponents, I think the startup has probably been smooth for a while now, because there's not a lot of things being brand new on the coaching staff. They know what to expect or what the expectations are, and it gets passed on to the kids. And I think the kids got to feel solid about it too. I mean, if you're at Venice High School,
consistent message.
Right. You're looking when you walk in the stadium and you're a player. You look around and say, okay, I see all the stuff that's around here. I see those players. I see those banners, and that kind of thing makes it for those kids to know that this what's being taught and coached is the real deal.
Right.
No doubt. Well, Coach, Kickoff Classic. Looking forward to tonight's action. Appreciate you being here, and all the best. Hopefully it's a good night for you.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too.
With that, we'll take a break. Come back here at Powell Davis Stadium. Myself and Jeff Fulcher will have our pregame show prior to the kickoff against Gulf Coast. Be right back here after this. And we're here at Powell Davis Stadium for tonight's broadcast from VSN of the Venice Indian football team. Kind of trying to be a little quieter, getting ready to do the national anthem. So just want to make sure you know it's me, John Massoni, here with Jeff Fulcher, my partner, for most of our games the last couple of years with Venice High School. So with that, we'll just watch the color guard come out and do the national anthem and come back and give you a little preview of tonight's game. Be right back. And we're back here at Powell Davis Stadium, and that was another great rendition of the national anthem by the Venice High School Marching Band. And Jeff, each and every year the band gets a little bigger and better, what they're doing.
Right. I mean, ever since Mr. Wing got here a couple years ago, man, the band has been spectacular. The program is winning banners left and right.
Traveling places, going.
Right.
I mean, you're seeing a championship level band to go along with a championship level football team, and it really is starting to show. And of course, now we've got cheerleaders that are doing well, and our dance team as well. So coming out here now, we've got 4 squads showing off their talents each and every Friday night here at Powell Davis Stadium. With that, we're here at tonight's kickoff classic game, Naples Gulf Coast against the Venice Indians, and just kind of give it a little bit of a preview of things. Naples Gulf Coast, there's not much to really know about them at this point because their coach was fired in the spring. So there's no film on what kind of defense, what kind of offense. But for those of you who are watching the pregame show with Coach Peacock and I, he's basically said this is for us to run our stuff and get ourselves in some live action and playing against guys that aren't in the green to play against a different team. So that's another thing. So he's looking forward to seeing how some of the new kids do, and it's a very young football team, Jeff. Only 3 starters on the offense are seniors. Our center and the 2 running backs, so Dale and Jones. So very young team. Noah Patton and will split time at quarterback, and we got a lot of guys that are top level athletes that are getting recruited all over the place. But it's their chance now to show themselves on the field.
Right, and Coach Peacock has said, like you just said, it's Venice versus Venice tonight. He also said that this is the longest the Venice High School football team has ever gone without playing a football game, because the Venice High School football team did not play a spring game. So it's really, like you said, it's the first time for these young men to show the coaches, hey, when the lights do turn on and we're playing another team with a different jersey on, I've got it, Coach. You can count on me. I'm going to get the plays done. I'm not going to forget what I'm supposed to do. Okay, I'm going to get it done. So that's it's going to be. I'm really looking forward to these young cats and watching them play tonight.
Offensively, again, you're going to see high tempo out of Venice. I think that's never going to change with Coach Peacock. So he'll be pressing their defense, probably trying to get as much points on the board as he can. A young defense. The defensive line, I would say, at any position from last year's team was devastated. Was the defensive line. We had mentioned the fact that for 7 years you've had a rush edge, a D1 guy coming off the edge between Damon Wilson and then Ashari Charles for all those years, and now you're not in the same in the same situation. So anyway, so that's the deal.
I mean, those are 2 5-stars you just mentioned.
Right.
So the first time in 7 years, you're not going to have a 5-star on the playing defensive end. And
I think collectively now you're going to see that while the defensive line has been in Venice High School history since Coach Peacock, we've had great D tackles, we've had great, you name it, we've had a lot of good players, and the back end's always been a little weaker part of it. This year, the secondary and the linebackers are going to be the stars of our team. There's a bunch of guys that are going to be going on to play at the next level, and you're going to see a lot of athletes out there. So it's going to be really interesting to see how it all plays out, and if it changes anything of Coach Shannon's methods or game planning to say that he's got guys that he can trust on an island now, but going downfield. He never really had any issues before with D-line or getting pressure on guys, but maybe now it's going to be that way. We'll have to see.
Right. I mean, so there's like, correct me if I'm wrong, there's 2 twins on the team, right? Their names are
Dale,
the Dale brothers, and
the Commit brothers,
who moved from Michigan, right?
Yeah.
I believe it's Michigan. And have you seen it was Commit, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen the picture of them 2 with their shirts off?
Oh yes.
When I first saw that picture, I said, "Are you kidding me? Look at these guys."
I got to meet him on media day, and I was like, okay, athletes are here. There's no doubt about it.
And both those kids play. Those brothers both play a linebacker, right?
They do. One's an inside linebacker, one's an outside linebacker.
I mean, that's scary, man.
And the Dale brothers are running back and a cornerback. So but again, they're 2 very good both sets of twins are they're real good. They're good at their position. So it's going to be fun to watch them as well. A holdover though on defense is Neely. Tristan Neely.
Okay.
He was the leading tackler last year, so he's a holdover for the Indians, and so I think that's going to be a big thing for him to be a leader on the team, especially being a senior inside linebacker. That's always your quarterback anyway on the situation. So
right, and another defensive guy I want to mention real quick is Gabriel Octavani.
yes,
Man, I think he could have a breakout season this year. He is a big, physical kid who is he's strong. He got in the weight room, and he's got a really good motor. So I'm really looking forward to watching him play tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. Coin toss right now in the middle of the field. Indians in their new kind of gray and green setup. They've done gray before.
Yes.
This time I like it because the white, you can see the letters, the numbers better.
It's good for us upstairs.
And the Gulf Coast Sharks in the white, turquoise, and black, which is that's a sharp color.
It is.
Uniform as well.
So, I mean, if you're a Gulf Coaster, you know Venice is going to run tempo.
Yes.
So at least they have some sort of understanding here of what's going to happen.
All right, Jeff. So every year there's more to the opening, right? So this is the first time for this opening. So if anybody can hope everybody's seeing a good portion of it, there's supposed to be some new stuff.
Okay.
I've heard about some new stuff.
Okay.
I know there's always the light show and there's whatnot, but I've heard something about smoke.
Famous green smoke. Uh-oh. A little premature, but guess what?
And here come the Indians. I had to go get some rosters. I was getting in a bit of a panic there. And I'm like, where are all the rosters? And now we got rosters, so we want to make sure that everybody gets to know this new Venice Indian squad. Of course, we want to make sure the Sharks get their names called out as well.
Preseason for everybody.
Absolutely. You know, it's funny because you can't prepare. You know, everything is new. You've got, you don't have the same support staff every year. A lot of times what we do is sort of work through and with some of the kids with the high school, which is what you want.
Right.
100%. They're interning for us as far as Vibrant Aspect Media is concerned. You've got new kids on the sideline. So where's this camera? What's going on here? So there's a little chaos behind us. But normally, like I said, the biggest improvement for the football team and for us is from game 1 to game 2. So that's exactly what we're at with this whole thing.
And I think it's worth mentioning, school started 5 days ago on Monday.
It did, yes.
So everyone is just getting back into the swing of things, and just really am looking forward to this though. Looks like the Indians are going to receive here.
The Indians will be receiving, and back deep, familiar face, Mr. Tyree Mannings. He's going to be the deep guy, but Coach Peacock had said he didn't expect them to kick it to Tyree because, of his explosiveness.
Right.
Basically, between a 4 and a 5-star guy, now depending on which recruiting paper you're looking at. So kicking to him could be a problem, but you've got Jay Sean Campbell back there in front of him, as well as Mike Blakely, who is a freshman.
I've heard a lot about Mike Blakely.
And then also Keyshawn Campbell as well there too. His nickname, we'll say it a lot, I guess, this year, but his nickname is Mike.
Mike.
Yeah.
I like that. Nice and easy.
There's the pooch kick, which is probably a smart move. Fielded and tackled. That was Kamani Reed on that one, brought down by, I think it was number 27 for the Sharks. That would be Taylor Jackson. So the Indians take over 1st and 10 at their 30-yard line.
And there is a new quarterback for the Indians this year, and for the first time since 2018, it's not going to be a senior under center.
So Noah Patton, junior quarterback for the Indians, in the backfield with, looks like Dale. Let me just make sure. Yep, it's Dale. Good run there. It's brought down by number 21. That is Then Leylon.
And here's the famous tempo. And Ira Dale, man, he had a really good year last year as a junior. He's committed to ECU.
Quick throw to Mannings from Patton, just a little bit off. Let him a little too much on that one.
You know, Ira really wasn't the 1 or 2 running back last year because he had a couple dogs in front of him. But when he got in there, man, he had 6 touchdowns. That's
hard runner. I mean, does not want to go down the first hit, and falls forward a lot, just like right there. That's number 98 on the tackle. That is Aiden Alamo.
an early decision here for Coach Peacock.
I think we know which way he's going.
Absolutely.
And they marked the ball at the 40, which would give it a first down. I think that's got to go back a yard or two.
Yeah, they're saying he's on 38.
Yards. So I thought that would have been one heck of a spot to give him from there. So 4th and 2, I think you'll see another run right here. Pitch to Mannings. He's got space. He's got blocking downfield as well. Makes a move and run out of bounds by number 5. That is Torin Crane, but a first down for the Indians.
You know, I think you're going to see a lot of that this year is getting Tyree Mannings Jr. the ball in space. He is such an athlete, man. You just give him the football, he's going to make things happen.
You got to get the ball in his hands no less than 15 to 20 times, you know what I mean?
Right.
So the ball's at the 31-yard line. That's Patton on the keeper. He gets about 8 on that one.
And Noah transferred in from IMG last year, and the word on him is he's a physical guy, man. I mean, he's a big kid, and he's physical, and he can sling it, he can run it. He's a true dual threat guy in the pocket.
And you're 100% right with that. And that gives an option he didn't. Wow. Throws behind Mannings and takes a knee. That's number 6. That is Kingston Green on the interception. So good drive downfield, and Patton just a little bit behind this guy, you know, and kind of throw it into double coverage there as well. So,
I mean, that corner, he played that ball really well. He cut inside. He was just able to get his hands on the football.
So the Sharks get the ball at the 22-yard line. This is our first possession.
Our first look here at the Venice defense. Coach Peacock, like you said, is really high on this secondary especially, man. He says this is could be the best secondary he's ever had.
Yeah, and he's not lying about that.
Just athletes everywhere, all over the field.
Hand off to number 0. Looks like the tackle was let in there by Day and Hall. Day and Hall on that one. Make it 2nd and 10. No gain on the play. Quick throw behind the receiver. Covered there by number 15. That is Anthony Beckham, senior D-back.
Yeah, Beckham's looking to have a good year this year, proving why he should be in the starting lineup.
I think you're going to see a lot of rotation with these guys.
Okay.
And you know the thing about it too is most of the teams you play now run spread, so they're going to be 3 and 4 wide receivers out there. So you almost got to have two or more guys to back up. That looks like a penalty. Not sure if it's a legal man downfield or there's like somebody grabbed somebody's jersey. Let's see what it is. It is holding against the Sharks, and I think they'll go ahead and decline that.
You know, and talking about the spread, John, you know, me and you, we were at that Lake Mary game last year. We were standing on the sidelines. They ran nothing but spread. I mean, nothing but spread.
Right. And you needed to have a lot of D-backs. I said
Right.
you need 2. I meant to say you have 2 sets of guys. You need 4.
Right. And that game, man, you know, long game. You know, we had an opportunity to stop on 4th and 10, and they converted. So the depth here in the secondary is going to be crucial for the Indians.
So this is back. They're punting. I can't see. I'm trying to see the number of the punter. Blocked. Wow, great play. That was 0 on the block. That was for the Indians. That was Kamani Reed, and it was scooped and scored.
Number 28.
28. That would be Desire Commit right there.
One of the twins.
Yep.
Well, one of the twins. Welcome to Venice football, buddy.
So great play right there. So just came right in there and one-handed. I mean, that's not easy to do, to put one hand up, because that thing is coming off funky most of the time.
I mean, the special teams there, they got through the line there in a hurry.
There's no doubt about it.
Our kicker, number 81, James Reynolds.
Familiar face.
Familiar face. UCF commit.
He's getting bigger and bigger.
Oh
He's going to be the biggest kicker in the history of UCF. Kick extra point is good. He's got a smooth. I think he's learning his craft each and every week, each and every month, or whatever else it is. And boy, he's going to be a heck of a kicker for us this year.
I mean, you just look at him. Looks like put that kid at linebacker. He's going to be all right.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So 7-0 is the score quickly. We've got 9:27 left in the first quarter. I'm sure that's not how they drew it up, but they'll sure take the 7-0 lead with that play by Reed.
Man, in high school football, as we know, you take the points wherever you can get them. Wherever you can get them.
No doubt. So another big thing, and Coach Peacock and I talk about this all the time on the Coaches Show, how important it is at this level of football to get that ball in the end zone. Because we know that the guys that are going to return, no matter who it is, are their best, or probably their best athletes.
They're athletes, 100%.
And over the years, you don't take for granted special teams, but you usually got your guys who are your backups, or at least they start in certain positions. This year, I think we got almost all guys that all almost start. It's going to make it to the end zone. See how easy that was? He just smoothed it out there, just kept on carrying, and it's a touchback.
You know, if you remember, obviously you're going to remember Bruno Royce. Man,
oh my gosh, yes.
I think he had maybe one or two kickoffs that did not go in the end zone, and that is such a luxury.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Because you got to start from the 20, then you got to go 80 yards down the field. Oh my goodness!
After giving up a score, you know, it's like.
Bruno, of course, is at FSU, fighting to be their kicker this year.
So again, Sharks are 1st and 10, Jeff, at their 20. Taking their time. That's Wyatt Raymer at quarterback. I want to make sure I get his name in there. Hands off to number 0. This time he's brought down by, that's Neely on the tackle. We'll be calling that name a lot this year.
Man, he is a ball finder, man. He's going to find the ball, and he's going to put your helmet. He's going to put his helmet on you.
Give him 3 on the carry, so making it 2nd and 7 for the Sharks. Raymer rolling out. Sidearms it right into the hands of the Venice Indian. Breaking free. That is number 36 of the Indians, Elijah Gooden, on the interception. Kind of just sat down and squatted down and saw the throw coming. Not quite sure if the receiver fell down on the play, but Gooden was right there to intercept it. And with a short return of about 5 yards. So Indians are in good shape again right now with field position.
Not exactly the execution Gulf Coast is going for there.
No. So 1-1 now in interceptions. Patton back to throw. Looking up, steps up, got some space, throws it, hits Manning's. Oh, you can call it incomplete.
It looks like he had a foot out of bounds when he caught that football.
He was very close to the line of scrimmage. I think he got off before that. It looked like he had his feet in, but that's a close call right there. 2nd and 10 for the Indians at their 25-yard line. Patton keeps it, moving his legs, gets up to about the 19-yard line, give him 6, brought down by number 55. That is Jordan Burton.
Coach Peacock mentioned to you in the John Peacock Coaches Show is that he feels different about this team. This team is, he was saying they're closer. They are unbelievably hard workers.
Quick throw out to Mannings, puts his head down and gets the first down. Brought down by number 8, Caleb Chiang.
And they want to show up to the field every day. They want to show up to the weight room every day and put the work in.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you get that sort of vibe that he feels really good about where everybody's mind is in going into the season. Dale on the carry, real quick up the middle, scoots by and gets in the end zone. That's that running style of Dale where he just twists and turns and keeps moving his legs, and he gets a 14-yard touchdown run.
That was, I mean, you said it, man. That was just an aggressive run, man.
So right here, you see he's got guys on his feet, another guy on his back.
This guy's punching
Two's
him.
trying to get the ball out, and he's not going down. He's not. He just keeps on sort of moving. It's like a guy who could probably throw a couple of 200-pound people over his shoulder and carry him out of a burning building or something. But there's Reynolds with the extra point. That's good as well. But no, he's a hard runner. It'd be fun to watch him run as hard, especially when he gets a break, and we get to see Macho Jones in there from last year as well. He's back. Both of those guys are going to be fresh and running very hard. There's no doubt about it.
Venice has had a plethora of hard running backs. You're gonna have to help me here. We had Gator Wilder.
Yes.
We had Albin Johnson.
Yes, indeed.
The kid that went to Murray State in 2022. DJ Escort.
Yep.
Talk
DJ
about
Escort.
a hard runner there. Holy moly.
There were, again, guys that are not afraid to put their heads down, and because if you watch Venice running, they don't run outside the tackle very much. So the play starts inside the tackle, but they'll break it out. But they're running right at you, and you need to have a running back who's got that mentality.
Right.
Then he's not worried about taking a hit or having to break a tackle in the hole. So. And with going back to one of the guys you mentioned, Gator Wilder, one thing that he could do was he could make people miss in the hole.
In the hole.
He could cut, and that's a gift that you don't really learn that. You have to kind of be able to do that kind of stuff. And that's what I think with Dale. He's more of the guy who's going to put his foot in the ground, and you're aiming right for your chest.
He's gonna run you over.
No doubt.
Like you said, the Venice running backs like to run in between the tackles. If you see them run outside the tackles, I would say 80% of the time they're giving the ball to one of their wide receivers. You're going to see Tyree Manning get the ball. Like we saw, I'll just say Jay Platt. We saw Jay Platt get the ball, run outside the tackle. We saw Amari Hayes get the ball, run outside the tackles. So they're going to give it to their skill guy, once again, in space, and let them compete.
A little confusion with the football there. I think they had the wrong one. And now Reynolds has got the ball he needs, and he's going to kick off. That's a good one. That's the one that's got more of that's a show one right there with the nice height and everything else.
I mean, there was absolutely no doubt that ball was going in the end zone. And for those that are not familiar, in high school, you cannot, if the ball lands in the end zone, you cannot run it out.
Yeah,
that's why it's so important to get it in there.
And a lot of times it's just sort of I think it's a safety thing in some ways, but no matter what it is, I think if you have that weapon, it's very valuable in your special teams.
The Indians' defense so far has been playing off the ball, not really pressing, not really man coverage.
Raymer and Marenko in the backfield. Quick throw, and that's just not knowing the call right there.
Yeah, that's just pre
12 to 11. That would be Rivera, and they weren't on the same page at all on that one. 2nd and 10.
You know, John, I was interested in what the crowd was going to look like tonight. Because as everyone knows, Northport got their second high school.
Yes, they did.
Welland Park High School. And I was wondering, how is that going to affect the crowd? Listen, it did not affect it at all.
No, I mean, people that in Venice, they're coming to the Venice games no matter what the situation is. That's Marenko again on the carry. That would be Ford on the tackle for the Indians. So it's 3rd down and 8.
They got trip left here. Might be running a little bubble screen.
And there's your 4 wideouts. Seeing having a match up, and Venice can definitely do that. Quick throw, and they're
another miscommunication.
Yeah, just sort of he got held up a little at the line of scrimmage. That was Keyshawn Campbell who kind of got him held up, and he never got really on the route at that point.
Yeah, Gulf Coast must have liked that matchup one-on-one on the far side of the football field.
Getting the ball out of his hands quick because Octavani was coming up on that back side of him too. So back punt again is Jerlin Watson. And this didn't work out too well the last time. Let's see how it goes for them this time. He kind of just went right into he took his time a little bit. I don't think he'll do that again. Flag on the play. False start against the offense. Moves him back 5. Make it 4th and 13. Now at the 17-yard line. This time he got it off really quick. That ball is fielded by number 13. That is Bryce Bigelow.
Bryce Bigelow is another kid Coach Peacock is really high on.
Well, he raved about him, on camera and off camera, about how he, as a sophomore, showed a lot of ability so far. So, not that he doesn't hand out, a lot of accolades, but when he singles you out a little bit, he's seen something in you for sure. And he's a 1st and 10 at the Shark 44-yard line. Fake handoff from Dale. Ball's headed for Mannings. That is the other quarterback. It's number 16. That's Mason Polly, a freshman who's in there right now. And Coach said he had been making very big improvements over in the summer sessions, and said he's going to get his chance to get in there and throw the ball around a little bit.
No, I believe the last freshman to even get a shot and throw the football around was Bryce Carpenter.
Bryce Carpenter it was.
That's some big-time company there in Venice High School land.
Yeah. Dale on the carry, brought by number 9, down by number 98. That is Alamo. Give him 1. Make it 3rd and 9. They go 4 wide here. Trips down this side. Fake handoff to Dale. Oh, nice throw. Oh, that was right in Manning's hands, and then he didn't bring it in, and it deflected, and it was right into the hands of number 13. That is Blaine Shoemaker.
But
good throw.
When you watch the replay here, Manning's created himself plenty of space. Just could not haul it in. I mean, hit him right in the hands. Boom.
Just maybe almost like the ball got on him a little quick.
Right.
I think we have a timeout for a water break, and let's take a timeout ourselves. It was a lot of action happened in the first 6 minutes of the first quarter. 14-0 Indians. Be back right after this.
It's Maverick for our friends at Tommy's Express Car Wash. You won't find a better wash than at Tommy's Express. 3 minutes in and out to save you time. With Venice now open, Tommy's now has 8 convenient locations in the area and many more to come. Join the Tommy Club here and you're a member at them all. Text the word WORKS to 52884 and get a free Works wash.
Tri-County Land Development, servicing the Charlotte, Sarasota, and Manatee areas for over 19 years. Quality workmanship in residential and commercial site development ensure that what you need is done right the first time. Tri-County Land Development.
Powell Davis Stadium. That was
Is that Xavier
Marenko.
Hall, number 54?
and Hall and number 3 and Micah Hayes as well on the tackle. Getting ball at the 26-yard line.
Xavier Hall, state champion weightlifter.
Yes, he talked about how strong he is. There's a completion right there. That is number 2, Lindsay, completion from Raymer.
You know, Xavier Hall, quite literally, no exaggeration, could be the strongest high school kid in the state of Florida.
Yes, that's what we were talking about. He said how strong he is. It's just now he's getting used to being, he's a football player,
right.
That kind of thing. So 3rd and 5. Inside handoff, plugged up again. Looked like Hall and number 34 and 23. So the 34 is going to be Vanderpool and McCord. So no gain on the play.
You know, it's preseason, why not? Try your 4th down plays.
At this point, yes, I totally agree. Maybe try to drop him off sides.
Right. That's exactly what they're trying to do here.
The clock's down to 5 for maybe they're just going to take a timeout here and figure it out. With that, we'll take another timeout ourselves. 4:08 left in the first quarter. 14-0 Indians. Be back right after these messages.
It's Maverick for our friends at Tommy's Express Car Wash. You won't find a better wash than at Tommy's Express. 3 minutes in and out to save you time. With Venice now open, Tommy's now has 8 convenient locations in the area and many more to come. Join the Tommy Club here and you're a member at them all. Text the word WORKS to 52884 and get a free Works wash. Good luck this season, and go Indians!
Here, they ended up deciding to punt on this one. A little high on that one. Gets it off kind of a line drive. I wouldn't even call it a line drive. That is called a shank.
That's what you're getting yourself a new golf ball on the course.
Yeah, that's the one you're like, I didn't hit that. That's a shank right at everybody's kneecaps. So basically, Venice gets the ball back at the 40. 1st and 10. And we'll see if they stick with. They did. They stuck in with the freshman Mason Polly in there. I think he deserved a little bit. He got kind of kind of a tough interception on that last drive. So we'll see what he can come out with.
You know, the interception gets put on him, but they really need to make a stat of like deflected off the wide receiver's hands.
You know what? Somewhere somebody puts that stat down. There's
Right.
Tyree Manning's on a quick little. I'll see if it's a pass or it was a handoff, because sometimes they kind of get some cheap reception off those
Right.
little passes. Tackled there by Crane. I didn't see it there, but I'll give him. I'll make it a pass because I know that was probably the intentions. So he picked up 7, making it 2nd and 3 at the 33. Oh, they jumped. Yeah, our first offsides penalty of the year.
It is.
We should have like some. There should be some sort of. No, I'm not going to say it. Forget it.
Okay.
That's not this. But you know, there should be some sort of thing like at home. They all do a cheer or something because he gets the first down on the penalty. There's Polly's pass complete. Sorry about that. Got lost in the play there. Looking at Polly and number 8. That's Mike Blakely.
That's Mike.
The freshman on that play, making with a great throw and catch.
That was a freshman to a freshman connection there. And that looked like 2 really experienced guys.
Here we go. This little boom, drop, step. I mean, just nice, easy throw. Let him run underneath it. And right there, right on his hands, catches it, concentration. Can't ask for much more than that. I can promise you that.
And that was really, really pretty. That was a really pretty throw, really pretty catch by 2 freshmen.
There was a penalty on the play. Dead ball. I think it'll be enforced on the kickoff. Reynolds out for his 3rd extra point attempt of the quarter.
Our senior kicker who cleaned an ungodly amount of weight.
And that is good. So once again, 3:18 left in the first quarter. Indians 21-0. We'll stay here real quick. Let's go back to what you're saying about a couple of things you were saying. First of all, you got the 2 freshmen right there on that connection. That's, like I said, we haven't seen a freshman quarterback contributing anything for the most part since Bryce Carpenter. Coach Peacock had mentioned as well that he said Polly has got the arm strength of the 9th grader as much as he's seen since Bryce Carpenter, because you know, with the throws you're making, you know, from the hashes, especially in high school, the hashes are bigger.
Right.
So it's not easy to throw across the field and do certain things. And then, of course, being able to go fast in this offense is difficult. So that's there. And then Blakely, Mike Blakely, who's obviously made an impression on the coaches early in his career as well, getting him on the field as a receiver. You can see he's got some talent, some ball skills as well. So that's really good. And then you mentioned about Reynolds, about how strong he is. I mean, you know, if you look at the pros,
right?
He's a prototypical punter in the pros.
100%.
Most of them are 6'3", 6'4". They're athletic. Now they're all from Australia and New Zealand, and they play. You know, they can run and kick and do all kinds of stuff. So yeah, he's definitely got a lot. He's got a big future ahead of him.
John, do you know what we're about to see right here?
We're about to see onside kick.
We're about to see an onside kick. I can almost guarantee you.
If not, he's just going to pooch it down there and see if they can maybe get a.
No, dang it.
That's okay. That's kickoff classic up 21-0. But any other time, that's 100% an onside kick. And if you think about it, it really makes sense in some ways, because it's got to go to the 35 before anybody can touch it. So it's, you know, kicking it through, it's a 15-yard net gain if they do recover it, but it is worth it. It is worth the.
You know, it could be they don't want to throw that on film yet.
No, that's what I mean. It's kickoff classic. They're not going to be showing too much and trying to make a point of things, because they can say, oh, last time they did it, they lined up this way and they kicked it this way. So you never know. So 1st and 10 at the 20. Quick pitch out to, is that Marenko? It is Marenko. That's 26 and 27 on the tackle. That's Picard and Harrington.
I mean, that's everyone getting off their blocks and just swarming the football. You know, I think one of the things that hurt the Indians last year was not being able to make clean tackles, man. It's like they were just trying to hit them as hard as they can and hope they fell down.
That happens a lot, though, not only in high school, but in college as well. That may be, is he out of the tackle box? You know, he didn't make it out, and didn't make it back to the line of scrimmage. So that's going to be intentional grounding. So watch right here. He's got pressure, and he's not out of the box, and he doesn't get it back to the line of scrimmage. So that's going to be a penalty. The pressure in there by number 99, Noah Smith, as well as 23, Russell McCord. I think it's lost it down, too, on this.
Deja, please go to the front gate. Alan Deja.
Yep, that is lost it down, too, so it's incomplete pass, 15-yard penalty. So now it's 3rd and 25 at the 5. Oh, ball up, snapped over his head, and he stepped out of bounds. Wow. So it's going to be a safety. I think McCord got there first. We'll give him the safety. Oh yeah, I think McCord hustled there to get the safety. I'll go ahead and give it to him. So now it's 23-0, and Venice will get the ball back.
You know, capitalizing on other teams' mistakes. I mean, that's, if you're a good football team, you are going to do that.
Absolutely. So sack and a safety. Indians now showing the defense, and look, it's good to see the D-line getting both your D ends in there, getting pressure on that one.
You know, I would have to imagine getting bounced in the state semifinals like we did is going to had to have left a sour taste in these guys' mouth.
Oh,
I mean, they were one play away from getting the football back, going down the field, and winning that football game.
There's no doubt about that. I can tell you that, you know, the carryover on that, you feel it in your gut. You just don't like it. And it's like I said, that's kind of how it rolls with somebody. And you don't think it's going to linger in some cases, but that's fuel. It's not just lingering; it's fuel for these kids,
100%,
and the coaches as well. You know, sometimes you've been coaching for 8 years or 10 years, and then you have a loss like that, and you're like, okay, this is challenge taken at this point.
So it looks like they're going to kick off from the
20.
Picking off Watson.
Looks like he's going to drop kick it.
Yes, you can punt. That's probably what he'll do. He'll punt. You can punt.
Okay. And they are going to kick it to Tyree.
Mannings has got it with a head of steam. And
there
that's the reason why you don't do it, because that's exactly what's going to happen. So
defense can't stay off the field.
Yeah, I mean, if you that's the head of steam you're talking about. You know, it's like a gliding motion, and the cuts that he makes are sharper than you realize. You know what I mean? It looks like, oh, he's just kind of moving straight, but it's all subtle, sharp cuts back and forth, and in that situation, you just don't want to. If you can help it, you don't want to be kicking it to Tyree.
Those of you that don't know Tyree, he is a junior this year. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he is one of the top 5 wide receivers in the whole country as a junior.
Extra point is good. Where they've got him, from what I can tell you, is that He's the number 10 overall player in his class, from Florida, which is high grades, obviously. And athletes, as far as his receiving ability, I think he's going to be. I mean, the schools that are looking at him are where these pedigree kind of.
I mean, he's going to go to any school he wants to.
Yeah.
Any school he wants to.
So score now is 30-0. Still in the first quarter. 2:21 left in the first quarter.
Mr. Reynolds is getting his
workouts in. There's no doubt about that.
Getting his film tonight. Beautiful sunset here at Powell Davis Stadium.
We had early rain today, which was great.
Yes.
Because it kind of cooled the field down a little bit. You get that rain on that field. I know it's going to be muggy, but it's not screaming hot 120-degree field in the middle of August.
Right.
And then I thought the crowd was going to be a little light tonight because I think they were waiting to see if it was going to rain again. But I'd say for a kickoff classic, this is definitely a good showing.
100%.
And that ball, as usual, goes into the end zone for a touchback.
And I think it's worth mentioning, Vibrant Aspect Media has expanded their football coverage.
Yes, they have. What they do for us, the graphics-wise, the quality of everything, the sound, replay. I mean, it can go on and on about what they do. So, I mean, if you're looking at it, why would you not want them to help you doing this stuff? So you go ahead, you can finish now what you were saying.
I was just going to say that they're at Welland Park High School.
Absolutely.
First year in existence, and they've got a company like Vibrant Aspect Media doing their games. Holy moly, man, they are lucky. They are lucky.
And we can still take a peek at what they're doing and see scores now and during the year. That was Marenko again on the carry, brought down by Hayes, and 55. That's Ben Sanchez in there as well.
I just checked the score. That it's 7-7. They're tied.
7-7.
Tied with Northport. The rivalry has started.
It has begun. So 2nd and 7 from the 23. Raymer, quick throw, complete to number 2. That is Lindsay, run out of bounds by Campbell.
I mean, really good coverage there. Wraps him up and just drives him out of bounds. Doesn't give him the opportunity to spin out of that tackle.
So it's 3rd down and 2 after the 5-yard gain. Taking their time looking for the call to come in. Marenko on the handoff, and he breaks up the field, gets it out to the 20 or 36-yard line. That was Hayes again on the tackle, but that's a first down for the Sharks, first one tonight.
He was cutting up there in the middle of those tackles, making guys miss.
Good 8-yard gain. Yeah, no doubt about it. So 1st and 10 at the Shark 36-yard line. Toss to Marenko. Gooden was right there, but he kind of slipped on the play. So brought down by Hall.
Looked like big number 99, Noah Smith.
Noah Hall and Noah Smith. Or no, so Xavier Hall and Noah Smith. So 54 and 99 on the tackle. 2nd down and 8. Quick throw and catch. Tackle in there by Dale.
Great throw, great catch. He placed that football only where his wide receiver could catch that ball.
Very nice throw and catch.
And really, that was really good coverage by Micah Hayes, Omari Hayes' brother.
Yes, definitely. Iowa State guy now.
Iowa State captain.
That's a big deal. You're right.
Captain of the football team. Bad snap.
Snap over the head. You got to go down and get it, and he does. And Gooden gets the sack. That's a drive stumper right there. So the ball's down to the 36. That's a 16-yard loss, making it 2nd and 26. Or is it 28? No, it is 28. It's 18 yards, and that's 28. Quick throw, complete, broken tackle, and got room down the sidelines. It's a foot race. Dale's trying to catch him, and he doesn't get him. Touchdown for the Sharks.
You know, that was just a little hitch.
64-yard touchdown pass.
Little hitch, broke a tackle, and see ya. Santa Maria took it to the house.
So yeah, that's a heck of a play right there. So Indians shutout is taken care of, and more scoring here in the first quarter. So now it's 30-6, waiting for the extra point.
We're going on a 45-minute first quarter here.
It's a long first quarter. Number 7, that's once again, that's Lindsay. No, I'm sorry, Watson. I keep on saying Watson is the kicker and the punter. What are we waiting on? Referee's waiting on something. Another 15-yard penalty, and now they're going to have to do the same kick that Tyree ran back the last one on. So. Extra point is good.
Almost put it in the tuba.
That would have been a good one. That might have made a highlight somewhere.
Holy moly.
26 seconds left in the first quarter. Indians up 30-7. We'll stay here with this action right now because we almost got a quarter change coming up soon. So. Oh. And again, here we go. Stark Cooling Solutions.
There's our
back again.
Our chocolate lab.
And my gosh, sorry for Stark. We were getting ourselves wound up here. We couldn't get started on anything. So now we got you guys, our kickoff sponsors, each and every year. Thank you, Stark Cooling Solutions, 941-390-1090. Give them a call. They're family owned and operated. So give them a call for all your cooling needs. Thank you, Stark. So here we go with the kickoff. I'm kind of interested to see what they're going to do here. Everybody's trying to figure out where they're going to kick off from. So they're kicking off from the 25. So not exactly the same spot, but close.
After the assessment of the penalty on the touchdown, Gulf Coast will kick off on the 25-yard line. Watching the kickoff, Manning.
I think it's going to be. Why would you not go onside here? You know what I mean? If you got nothing to lose. Now this is going to be down to. Ran out of bounds. That was the number 11. That was Ja'Shawn Campbell on the return.
Campbell on the return, steps out of bounds after 2
Give him a 2-yard return, and Indians get the ball. Probably which should be the last play of the quarter.
39-yard line, first and 10.
You got the Indian 39.
26 seconds left.
26.4 seconds. And we've got who at quarterback? Patton's back in at quarterback. I figured they might get two possessions apiece.
Right.
And similar results. Interceptions on their first drive and then scoring on their second drives. That's, it's got to be interesting. It's your first game. You get used to the lights and then whatnot. And then you try to make a play and it doesn't quite happen. But to settle down, it's a good coaching moment, and for them to settle down and take coaching and be able to make throws and plays after that, that's nice to see.
Right, it shows maturity.
So Patton's in shotgun. I think that's Bigelow behind him. I don't know for sure though. It is Bigelow. showing that ability like he showed as a freshman last year. He takes it all the way down to the. We've got a penalty, and we've got an injured Indian on the field as well.
Who is that? Looks like
It's a 15-yard gain by
a
Bigelow.
lineman.
Rolled up on, I think.
Well, he's all right, man. I mean, this is one of those things about preseason games. The absolutely most important thing about preseason football games is leaving the field healthy.
Yeah, coming out with no problems. Football's a contact sport, though,
is.
man. It can happen in practice. It can happen anywhere for that matter. But
man, you hate to see this.
it doesn't look like they're in. You know, there's it's more of a collective of everybody kind of looking at
there he
him,
goes.
sitting up. Sometimes you get hit in the knee, real funny.
Right.
And I mean, it feels like you got nothing there. Yeah, he's all right. He's gonna work it off. That's number 7, big number 79, which of course I don't have a 79 on my roster. But anyway, good job for him. He came off looking like he'll be all right. So first down, Indians at the Shark 46. And the clock is not starting. I should never have said there won't be another play after this. As soon as I say that, I'm like, well, probably 5 plays.
That's what I say about USF, and then they run 3 plays in 15 seconds. So
Bigelow again in the backfield with Patton. Fake handoff, quick throw out to Manning's little short throw, making guys miss.
there he goes, man.
I mean,
Still not down.
it's just wild to watch. You know what I mean? It's just. I mean, he just kind of keeps moving and spinning, and it's really fun to watch.
Just so elusive, man.
Ball's at the 19-yard line.
It's like he's got Vaseline on him. He just can't get a grip. They just can't bring him down.
And that is the last play of the first quarter. So with that, your score, Indians 30, Sharks 7. We'll take a timeout, come back and see what the second quarter has for us right here at Powell Davis Stadium after this. The throw from Patton to, is that Hoffman again?
Number 7, yep. You know, that's, people want to flag there, but really that's an underthrown football. and the corners just playing the guy.
I think the only thing that they because again you can get mixed up with high school rules and college rules and pros rules. Did he turn his head around? Is he doing whatever? I think if you're not making contact and you're engaged with the guy, I think you're okay.
Right.
You just can't be like mauling him is what you can't do. So 3rd and 10 now.
Right. That was a football play.
At the 19. Patton with the high snap, gets it, throws.
Nice throw.
Complete to Mannings.
There he goes.
And he breaks it down to about the 7-yard line. First down, Indians.
Got a guy cramping here. Little score update for you. Our buddies on Fruitville are getting beat 36-0 right now.
That's Cardinal. Yeah, St. Thomas, the guy on 36. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think St. Thomas was looking to having a little bit of a message here. When you see a score like that in a kickoff classic against a quality team.
You know, we have a little bit of time here. Hopefully, that young man's just cramping. Hopefully, he gets through this.
Yeah, he should be all right.
There's a new playoff format this year, John.
Well, the Open Division.
The Open Division.
Yeah. So that's an interesting thing. On our podcast, Not for One Sports Zone, we've had a few guests on there to talk about it. Some national guys and some other people statewide, and it's interesting. Nobody's against it. Everybody's curious as to how it's going to work.
Right.
The big mystery is it's because it's the Max Preps top 8 guys ranked or rated teams. And nobody knows what their criteria is. It's some secret criteria. I don't know if it's whatever. And so you don't quite know. And I think one of the other problems is, if you want to call it a problem, really isn't, that you're ranking teams based on what last year was. So some teams are going to be you might see a lot of repeats because, hey, they go out and have a good season and they go 9-1. You've got to if you're starting at number 40, you got to leap over a lot of schools to get there.
Yeah.
And then if you have a blemish, it looks worse down the road than say what they did because you weren't as highly ranked early on in the season. So that's the only thing I can see where there might be a bit of a problem with that criteria. It's going to be interesting to see what happens though too. And I will say this after this play. I've got one more comment to make. 1st and goal, Indians at the 7. Patton, quick look. He's got wide up. Wow, that was a well-designed play. Number 8, Mike Blakely again on the catch and the touchdown.
I didn't get the number there, but
it's Blakely for Venice.
Big man went in motion. I think that was one of the linemen, or maybe he was set up as the tight end.
Tight end, and he went in motion, but everybody was downfield. That's a screenplay. Running back skills like Blakely has. See, look at it. They're all downfield, and the ball's thrown behind him, and it's an easy touchdown.
About the Super 8, we'll wait till Reynolds puts this in here.
Reynolds on the extra point.
Good snap, good hold, good kick. And we're looking at 37-7. So go back to what I was saying. So if you're looking at trying to find a clearly defined state champion as far as the overall state champion is concerned, I get it, but if you're these schools in Miami that have been collecting trophies, 6 out of 8 trophies or 5 out of 7 trophies every year, those teams are going to probably be all playing against you in the Open Division. Right. So you're not going to see as many championships. Maybe you're not going to see Chaminade collecting one for 1A, and you're going to Northwestern collecting one for 4A, and then up to St. Thomas for 5A, and all the way up the ladder like that. Because they'll be playing each other in this format. So that's going to be a big difference as well. And then obviously, with that format, it's something that's, from the FHSA's perspective, it's a very sellable product.
I mean, I think they could get ESPN to put those games on some sort of platform, no problem.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind it was discussed before they even put it on the table, or they have called somebody about it, because it's definitely a situation where you're going to get at least 1, maybe 3 games on there, the 2 semifinal games and the championship game. And you're in that dead period where college is not quite cranked up in regards to the bowl games, and then the bowl games have become diluted a little bit with how that with the NCAA championships.
And So if you folks don't know, there's only 6 classifications now. It's 1A through 6A. So the Venice High School is in 6A. What I'm curious is, if you are the only team from 6A to make that top 8, is there some sort of, I don't know, compensation that you're going to get for not being able to play in your tournament? Are you able to say, I don't want to be in the Super 8?
No, you can't say no.
Can't say no.
That's the thing. It's not a no situation.
Okay.
There's Marenko on the carry, brought down by number 32 of the Indians. That would be Feli Commit. Go ahead, keep going, buddy.
Like, I'll just use Port Charlotte for an example. All right, let's just say Port Charlotte has a stellar year, right? Because they've got the pieces down there to do that.
Oh, they definitely should have a stellar. You're right.
They are in, I believe, 5A. They're in either 5A or 4A, which is a very winnable classification. They could find themselves as, if they have a really good year, they could find themselves as the 8 seed, and then they got to go against, who knows, St. Thomas Aquinas.
Right.
And then, you can't compete for a state championship. And I don't know if Port Charlotte has ever competed for a state championship besides last year.
And that's the thing. So that's what people are saying. It's like, what's better? What's more of the accomplishment?
Right.
Open division or your first state championship in your classification? I think it depends on who you talk to. I think it's hard for me to think pass is incomplete, broken up by number 15. That would be Anthony Beckham. Would be 4th down. Everybody would say, I think coach would say, we want to win all our games. We want to play the best, and I get all that. I think he would be that way. I think Coach Peacock would definitely be that way.
100%.
But you're right. You're going to have new teams, new situations, and the other part is this. Well, let's say the opposite side of that. Let's say 5A or 6A gets 3 teams into it. Now is they're going to say, well, that's a diluted state championship because you're the 4th best team in your classification. Right. So there's a little bit of that argument that can happen. A quick timeout there by the Sharks. I guess they weren't quite ready for the punt. We're going to stay here real quick, Francis, talk about this. So it's really up to I guess it's opinion as to what it is. I think this. I use this as an example. Back in the early 90s, the SEC decided to have a conference championship.
Okay.
The first conference championship was Florida versus Alabama. Florida had everything to win, and really almost like nothing. They were good, nothing, and Alabama had everything to lose. Mm-hmm. They're going into that. If they lost that game and weren't crowned the champion, then they weren't going to play Miami in the national championship. So I'm not saying, and some people were anti it, shouldn't be happening. You're risking the conference's opportunity to win a national championship, but it went over so well to the general population that it became no argument anymore. That's what could happen with the open division. It might be so good that they might say, you know what, we're not worried about if you're in a diluted 6A championship. It's a championship nonetheless, and we had a product that we were able to showcase our top level teams, and if they didn't win something, they're going to get some sort of a trophy or a medal or whatever it may be, as being an open division playoff contender. And I think if it goes the route of the SEC championship, it might be a home run.
Let's just say, I wonder, like, if they take 3 teams out of 6A, I think they should just put them in one pool. Put them in the same pool. Whoever comes out of that pool,
I get you,
can say that they are the 6A unofficial champ, whatever. It's going to be interesting, man, how people perceive it, what schools think about it. I'm sure these schools are going to have something to say.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. After the short punt, Indians on the 34-yard line, Manning's on the reverse, slipped, made a couple men miss, and looks like he's down to the 13-yard line.
Here's what I hope they don't do, because the NCAA is doing this. College football is starting to do this. Once you start with the 8, then you want to add 12. Right. Then you want to add 16. If they're going to do this, they need to keep it at 8, because after then you're really watering down the competition for the state championship.
Well, one of the things too with the NCAA part of it, they're trying to expand or whatever. How many games should we be allowing young men, high school players to play in.
100%.
Patton's looking for throw for the corner route. Good coverage.
Yeah, well contested there.
Again, head intended for Hoffman.
Yeah,
Incomplete.
Elijah Hicks, that was really good coverage. Got his hand in there.
So that's the thing. So let's say, for example, you go back to the classifications. Everybody plays in all classifications, and then the winners come out and play in play another couple of games. Is that something you want to think about? Because I don't know. I mean, it brings up more. That was Dale on the carry. Good play by number 2, Lindsay. No gain.
Because as of right now, if you're in that Super 8, you're playing 15 games.
Yeah.
And if you make it to the state championship in the past, you're playing 15 games. So it's the same there. But like you were saying, if they do expand it, you would obviously be playing more games.
Oh,
what a pass.
Good throw and catch. Is that Hoffman?
That's number 7, yep.
He finally got one in his hands. Good for him.
And that's another young man Coach Peacock is really high on. He's really expecting him to do great things. As you can see, they were showing the hand-eye coordination there.
Yeah. So the ball's at the 2, first and goal, Indians.
We got no one down here covering number 13.
But I think they saw Dale the whole way on this one, and he's backing his way into the end zone for a 2-yard touchdown run once again for the Indians. And that's going to put them into the running clock scenario for the second half. So, yeah, but we could actually sit here for an hour and a half, and probably talk to 5 different people, and they'll have 5 different opinions about what they think is right. Is it at this point is the idea been sort of perfectly figured out? No, I don't think there is a perfect way to do it.
No.
If you're going to do this one championship kind of team thing, it's going to be a matter of which one appeals to everybody's palate the most. Like I said, like with the SEC championship, it was an anti thing in '92. 5 years later, three years later, they're in Atlanta and they're sellouts, and it's the games it's unbelievable atmosphere, and they're having festivals and everything else. And the first game was a cold night in Birmingham, and nobody wanted to be there,
Right.
And so I think that's going to be see how it works out, to see if you get that sort of that buzz off of it. And again, if it rolls out, I've heard some people say, I've talked to different people in the media, and they've said there are coaches around this state who are very well thought of, who are like, this is great. This is that the team who wins this should be crowned the best team in the country, because who would play that type of a tournament schedule against the talent level that Florida has. So so some of the coaches and some of the pundits are like, they're really excited about it. Reynolds set the kick off. This one is short. The 10-yard line. I don't know if he did that on purpose or he. Wow. That was close to being a fumble. A tackle there by Commit and Hayes.
Brings the ball out to the Gulf Coast 23-yard line.
So that was a 50-yard kick, which stops his streak of touchbacks.
And the reason I brought this up, John, is Coach Peacock and this Venice High School football staff has real expectations of being in that group of 8. They fully believe that they have the team to be in that group of 8. And I think it's also worth mentioning that you're wow, what a pass.
Good night. That was right on him right there. Hayes on the tackle of number 1. That's Kritasi.
So it's going to be 2 pulls of 4, okay? You are only guaranteed 1 home game, which means the FHSAA, they're going to do what they do, and they're going to put the game where they believe they're going to make the most money.
Oh, yeah, no doubt
100%. The FHSAA is the one that says who's going to be home, who's going to be away.
Marenko on a good run this time. His first time he got into the secondary. This time again, it's Hayes on the tackle. But Marenko ended up to the Venice 49-yard line, gain of 16 and a first down. Go ahead, Jeff. You were saying.
So that's going to be curious. Is a team like Venice going to have to go down to St. Thomas Aquinas one day, and then we're going to have to go to, let's say, Rains the next week?
I think they're going to regionalize it and
Okay.
kind of play in these pods. Again, that's what you hear, and that's what I'm hearing, but I'm not quite sure that's the case. That was Octacavani on a tackle right there. I think, and I will tell you this, I think a lot of it is being done on the fly. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, we put it out there.
Yep.
We're going to do this, and so we'll see how it goes. A lot of things that get done on the fly, they may work out, but I don't think they're going to be the most organized situation. And again, watching the polls and the rankings is going to be everybody's new thing.
There's a discussion here. If they're going to do this group of 8, this Elite 8, I'll call it, okay?
Right.
They want to figure out who the best team in Florida is. Why don't they just have a whole statewide state tournament?
Well, then it goes back to games.
How many games are they willing to let
Right.
the kids play? Okay.
So that's going to be by the way, there's pass interference, which is a 15-yard penalty in high school football. So it'd be at a first down, should be down to the 34-yard line of the Indians. So that's what I'm trying to mean. I'm trying to say, like, can you condense the 6A playoffs or the 5A playoffs? Keeper and Micah Hayes on the tackle again. That was Raymer again, and he gets up to the 29, gain of 5, 2nd and 5. So I mean, if you can figure that out, and then get the last 2 teams in 6A that play for the whatever it means, I don't know. Or do you divide it in half? One, that kind of a thing. I don't know. So maybe there'd be less teams to make the playoffs, and you wouldn't have these 1 versus 8 regional games where it's just like a blowout kind of thing. They're eliminating that part of it. That I don't know.
I don't know. It's new, and this is a multi-sport thing, by the way. They're doing this for baseball. I don't know about volleyball. I can't imagine they're going to do it for basketball too. But I know for a fact it is happening in baseball this upcoming season too.
Right. That's exactly right. I knew you were going to bring that up because that baseball is doing some form of this. I know that.
Yes, they're going to have the Elite 8, and I hope. Oh, fumble. I hope this is how they've been doing the playoffs, is that they have a 3-game series all the way through the state championship. Now, obviously, football, you're not playing a 3-game series.
Right.
But I don't know, man. It's you never really know what the FHSA is going to do until they do it. Until you're on the field and the ball's in the air.
Right. You're 100% right. 4th down and 5 now at the Indian 29. Let's see what happens here. Taking their time. They got plenty of time on the play clock. He slipped. He probably would have the first down, but he didn't slip down. So Indians take over on downs at their own 29-yard line. Real quick, Jeff, while we're sort of early in the school year, we can go back a little bit to the spring. And what a run Venice made with the baseball team. I know you're part of the baseball team.
Yeah, that was a really, really exciting team to be a part of. We were, for what it's worth, ranked number 1 in the country for multiple weeks.
Yeah.
Got to the state championship. And in baseball, sometimes you just run into a buzzsaw, man.
You ran into that kid could throw a baseball.
We ran into Gio Rojas, who got drafted in the 1st round, 16th overall by the Texas Rangers. He's a lefty throwing 98 miles an hour with a wipeout slider and a devastating changeup. And
when he threw strikes, he threw them on the inner half of the plate. So it was coming. I mean, it's intimidating the way his presence.
Right.
I watched it on TV.
Right.
And I'm watching it and I'm like, wait a second. When I saw him stand next to somebody, he was way bigger than he looked on camera. I'm like, wow, that's a big kid. That's got to be definitely intimidating. Hand off to Bigelow, who breaks out of the pack, still on his feet, and dragged down at about the 46-yard line by number 21. That would be Finn on the tackle.
Bigelow looking to having a big sophomore campaign this year, but we competed, man. It was the final score was 2-1, and in high school baseball, guys have a here we go route.
Just threw it a little short, but that's Polly
to Hoffman
at quarterback. Yes.
So that Gio Rojas in high school baseball, you're allowed to throw 105 pitches. Okay.
I know that was so that.
And coming to the last inning, he was at like 96 pitches. So we told the guys, listen, we have to get this guy out of the game. Okay.
Bigelow on the carry, breaks a tackle, and squirms his way down to the 8-yard line. Pickup of 9. Be 2nd and 1. Go ahead.
So we told the kids, listen, we have to get this guy out of the game. Okay, we are taking till we get a strike. A guy like that, he don't throw many balls. Okay, so he was filling up the zone, but he was taken out of the game with 2 outs left in the bottom of the 7th. They bring in this next guy, and this next kid wasn't some chump either, right? He's a righty. He was throwing about 93, 94, and R.J. Shields, second pitch, this kid threw. Crushed it, home run. It's just one of those scenarios where one guy in baseball can shut a team down.
We talk about it all the time, especially early in the process. You could have a team that's 16-16, but
they've got a horse.
16 wins. Some guy's 16-0 with a 0 ERA, and you're like, oh gosh, we got to play that guy, and that's because at high school you can have that level of a guy,
right?
And that happens. 2nd down. Polly looking left, throws.
Wow.
Hits. Oh, he dropped it.
Tyree dropped it.
Mannings was on his knees. Thought he had it. I like the way he throws the football.
Wow, man. That ball, it's got some
on
juice
him.
on it.
See, it's on him quick. I can definitely see the arm strength now.
That could be
Coach Peacock talked about.
Tyree dropping that football. That could just mean him getting used to catching the football from this fella.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Bigelow on the carry. Gets the 1st down, tackled by Lindsay. He's up to the 6-yard line.
And you know what? I'll say one more thing about the baseball team. What's exciting is kind of like this football team, where their big time studs are coming back.
Yeah.
All of our studs are coming back, which is super exciting.
Got a timeout on the field real quick. And I'll put one more bow on the thing for the baseball team. I saw the way too early rankings for baseball.
Yeah,
they're number one in the country again. So
rat poison. That's what that is. It's rat poison.
So yeah, but a little substitution on the Sharks. So either they played with too many men on the field, or they didn't get off the field. One of those things. So we'll see if they do anything with it. But anyway, it's an honor. It
absolutely is an honor.
And I had a friend of mine who was in town, who he may be watching tonight. He's from Idaho, so my Idaho friend, friend Paul. And he said he was in town for the weekend, and he's like, or for a week. He's like, I want to see what the #1 baseball team in the country looks like. I don't know what that is. And I'm like, all right, we can do that. And he saw it. And he's like, okay, I get it. Bigelow on the 3-yard touchdown after the penalty was marked off. And that's another touchdown for the Indians. It was a 3-yard penalty to get there. So now we're 50-7 with an extra point pending. Yeah, 13. So again, that's Reynolds in for the extra point. But again, it's like you're like, wow, I don't know what does that look like, because there's thousands of high schools playing baseball, playing football all over the place. It's to say that you're in this rankings or whatever over the years. It's a testimony to the programs that are being built by the coaches, the support of the administration, the support of the community. Again, you know, that is one of the things that can't be underscored, that you have such a, like I said, here we are at a kickoff classic game. We had rainstorms early today, but the crowd is good. They're here. They're watching. They're here to watch their players. I promise you that next time you and I are walking up in these stands in a couple weeks, somebody's going to say, "Who's that number 13?"
Yeah.
You know, and
100%.
you know that guy impressed me. And we have 2 quarterbacks and this and this, so they're invested in it. And you know, I walk up the same walkway for about the last 26 years, and I see the same faces. They're getting a little older.
Listen, they
Like
show
me.
up. They show up, man. They no doubt show up.
Yeah, it's great. So, but tonight it's a kickoff for the football season. We are going to be in a running clock scenario in the second half, 51-7.
Turnover kickoff for the Indians. Back 8 short, 6 and 3.
Down to, there it is, popping around. And he's down at the 9-yard line. So, I don't know if Reynolds is just trying a few little nuancy things.
Right.
That's commit again on the tackle.
You know, it could be coach also calling the play there. Hey, let's
Yeah.
land it on the 10 here.
Let's see what happens. Right. Gulf Coast again. Now they're at the 8-yard line. You mentioned earlier, that's not, I was going to mention it before I get a timeout. Let's take a quick break.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. We'll keep talking. You mentioned earlier about the defense. I noticed the same thing. There's a seems like a very sort of activity towards the ball. I haven't seen very many broken tackles in this particular case.
The one broken tackle is why it's 7-0.
You're right.
That's why they got 7.
And I'm definitely seeing an intensity that I'm glad to see early on in a kickoff classic scenario. We might as well talk about it. Our game that we were supposed to have against Booker High School. I don't know if everybody knows the story, but Booker had to cancel their season. Their coach got fired. There's been some things that have happened administratively and on campus that they had to get rid of him, and all the players decided to go other places, and they really didn't have enough kids to field the varsity team. Okay, quick go here, and that's Marenko on the carry, brought down by.
It looked like Quentin Wildgoose.
Number 50.
Yeah, Wild Goose.
Good tackle by him. So we were supposed to play Booker, and now that sort of upset the apple cart in Venice. That was a big game for Venice. That was something we looking forward to, because another highly ranked team in the state with all the stuff we're talking about, open division and trying to get the schedule tough. Now that you ran out of you didn't have a team, and now Venice has found a opponent for next week.
Uh-oh, you gonna break the news?
We're gonna break the news here. They're going to Georgia.
Wow.
To play up in northern Georgia. That's a good throw and catch right there. They got a nice little team right there, little duo of 12 and 1. That was Dale on the tackle again.
And Jack Rafasi caught that little slant over the middle of the field there.
He's been coming the primary receiver. That's a good 20-yard gain on the first down.
So they're going to Georgia.
And they're playing, what was the name of the team? Now I started talking.
It started with a B.
Raven Gap. Raven with a B.
Okay, Raven Gap.
And it's hyphenated, so it's Raven Gap.
Okay.
That play right there, that is from a 42 on the tackle. That's Day on the tackle. And so there's going to be a big travel up there to northern Georgia. I don't know much about them.
Raven Gap Nakuchi.
Okay.
That's Raven Gap Nakuchi.
And so that's where Venice is headed. to play a very good football team up there. Coach Peacock talks about sudden change in a game, but sudden change in your schedule as well. Incomplete pass there for the Sharks.
I'm looking at their schedule from last year. They went 7-5, but lost some really, really close games. Looks like they lost in the second round of the Georgia playoffs. And listen, if you're not familiar with Georgia high school football, it is the real deal.
It's serious.
It's serious.
It's serious. Georgia, Alabama kind of have the same, I would say, temperament regarding their football. It's intense. The Southeast in particular can be that way, but Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, I give them a toss in there as well. Another incomplete pass. This one bounced off the arms of number 1. That is Christasi. So 4th and 8. So anyway, so it's going to be interesting to see. We haven't done a big travel in a long time. We're playing Jacksonville Reigns on the road this year, another highly ranked team.
Right, 100%.
And so that was going to be the big travel because that's the Jacksonville travel on a bus, 5 hours, whatever.
5 hours back.
Now you're talking about 10.
Right.
So it's going to be a different deal. And Venice, Coach Peacock was famous for every other year getting a travel game, and because he was trying to get players or teams to play him and stuff. Mm-hmm. That ball is sort of not shanked that time. I'd say that was more of a hook out of bounds. But nonetheless, Indians take over.
So I got a little bit more information here on Raven Gap Nikuchi School. They are the Eagles, okay? It says here they are nationally recognized, a college preparatory powerhouse located in the mountains of northeast Georgia. Head coach is Derek White. They compete in the Independent School Athletic Association. So they're not part of the Georgia High School Association. It sounds like to me it's an IMG-ish.
Yeah. It's like the ones we've played schools like this over time, where they're sort of like academies.
Okay.
That's what they call them. And so
kind of like the first academy.
Yeah, we played them. Handoff there to Blakely. Blakely on the carry. Give him 5. Make it 2nd and 5.
So to get their Friday, what 7 o'clock game, 7:30 game?
Probably 7:30.
7:30.
Yeah.
So leaving Thursday?
I heard Thursday morning, but I don't know if exactly what time.
Wow.
I'm sure I'll be. It'll be filled in. That was a jump ball from Polly to Manning's that went incomplete, so it's 3rd and 5. But again, this is not anything new. You're traveling, we've traveled over the years, and for the last couple of years when you get to the playoffs, we've had home games. We traveled down to Miami.
Yes.
Or traveling to Fort Lauderdale. Last year we had to travel to Lake Mary. So you're still traveling. There's Dale on the carry.
There
He's
he goes.
chugging now.
Man, big boy.
I don't know if I want to be in his way right now. And he's got his quarterback there making a key block for him. Really nice spot there, but hopefully there's a penalty. Darn it. I saw a block in the back or kind of ran up on the kid, so let's see if that doesn't negate the touchdown. Let's see what happens here. But anyway, we're good at traveling, so we should be okay. And if you would have told me that this game was planned out 4 months ago, I'd be A-okay with it. It's only just a sudden change on it for some of us.
Right.
Can be a bit much.
Let's see what the penalty is here.
It's definitely blocking the back. It was late in the run. It was behind the play. Touchdown counts. So they're going to call it a post-play penalty. It's going to be a personal foul.
So just some
blindside block. Watch it. You'll see it right here. Watch Dale. He's breaking.
Is it the quarterback?
No, it's behind the play. Watch number 21 of them. He gets hit in the back, coming up right here. See him standing there?
Oh,
boom.
yeah.
See, he knocks them both down.
Yeah,
now he's running. I don't know, but that's what the call is.
You just can't do that.
So it's a touchdown. It's a 47-yard touchdown for Dale.
So just some of the commits that this team has in Georgia. They've got a 4-star defensive lineman going to Notre Dame. They've got a
You can stop right there.
They've got another defensive lineman going to the University of Georgia. They have an offensive lineman going to NC State. They've got a 3-star quarterback under center. Listen, they've got dudes.
Yeah, and again, I don't think that either team would be making a lot of concessions, so to speak, to go to travel and whatever else, if it wasn't going to match up two pretty evenly matched or powerhouse kind of teams.
And guess what? Strength of schedule matters, baby.
That's a big one right there. And the extra point is good.
So that kind of leads me into this next topic about the strength of schedule. Coach Peacock lost 2 games where he would go and schedule IMG, where he would go schedule the First Academy, whatever, because Northport and Lakewood Ranch,
it would be Northport and Lakewood Ranch came into
our district. So that means you lose 2 of those games where you would have went out and scheduled an IMG.
Now you have to schedule 5 district games.
Right.
Okay, because they condense things down, and that those schools are of the same size as Venice, and Riverview and Sarasota and Lehigh that have been in there. So it does make a little bit of sense there. By the way, I'll tell you this: between the 6A and the 3A districts in this area, I mean, talk about some fun games that are going to come up. And Venice is going to play, like I said, Northport's back on the schedule. Lakewood Ranch is back on the schedule. Again, rivalries. Riverview and Sarasota, rivalries. Then you had Booker, Southeast, Cardinal Mooney, Bay Shore,
and Welland Park.
And there was one other one too. But again, that was going to be every week. Every week you were going to see a district game that was going to be a 5-star matchup.
Right.
And so I think while you do lose that ability to kind of make your schedule what you want it to be, boy, it does bring a lot of rivalries back to the area that we're going to be watching those rivalries. We'll be doing a game and we'll be like, who's beating who?
Right.
And, every week it's like, Riverview's got Sarasota's beating this one. So that would be really cool. And then, of course, the 3A classification with those guys, because you had Cardinal Mooney, again, coming back from a state championship year. Booker in the state semifinal. Again, they're not there. But Southeast is much improved. Bay Shore, much improved. Braden River's the other school.
Braden River, yes. Booker disbanding like they did, all their kids transferring out. Every single team in the area got better.
Yes, you're right.
Literally every single team besides maybe ODA and like Sarasota Christian or something like that. But your Palmettos, your Manatees, your Braden River, your Riverview, your Sarasota, you name it, every school got better because these kids went everywhere.
Right.
They went everywhere.
I didn't see who made the tackle on that one. That was when the far side of the field on a kickoff. You always get like this massive amount of players roaming around, so you're never quite seeing who gets it. But no, you're 100% right. There was definitely a lot of teams that got better with some better players because the Booker kids didn't. I mean, and rightfully so. They didn't know what was going on. It's kind of tough on them to find out their coach is not going to be there
3 days before.
And
locked in.
What do I do? Oh, that was Campbell, by the way, on the tackle on a no gain.
Campbell and Schmidt there on defense.
So the area is going to be interesting. Be fun to watch. We'll be keeping our eyes on a lot of stuff well into the season. Do we have a score still down at the inaugural Welland Park versus Northport game?
It is. Give me 3 ads and I'll let you know.
I got you. No worries. Nice play there. Number 46 of the Indians on defense. That is Thor Velarde. Thor Velarde on the tackle. And there was a loss on that play.
It's 24-7 Welland Park.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So, way to come out of the gate.
Check that score on Vibrant Aspect Media, baby.
Vibrant Aspect is all over the place. Someday I'm going to be an old man in a wheelchair, and they're going to say, can you roll me up to the press box of the Super Bowl? Because I want to see the guys producing, and it's going to be Francis.
They'll put an elevator in the back for you.
He'll still weigh 105 pounds. He'll still be throwing things, running around, hanging up stuff. He'll be doing everything.
It looks like
Well, that's the end of the first
halftime.
half on that little note. 58-7 is your halftime score. We'll take a break, come back, and guys, I want you to watch the band and everybody, the dance team, our cheerleaders, and totally enjoy the next 17 minutes while we take a break and figure out things to talk about in the second half. We'll be back right after these 17 minutes.
It's Maverick for our friends at Tommy's Express Car Wash. You won't find a better wash than at Tommy's Express. 3 minutes in and out to save you time. With Venice now open, Tommy's now has 8 convenient locations in the area and many more to come. Join the Tommy Club here and you're a member at them all. Text the word WORKS to 52884 and get a free Works wash. Good luck this season and go Indians!
Tri-County Land Development, servicing the Charlotte, Sarasota, and Manatee areas for over 19 years. Quality workmanship in residential and commercial site development ensure that what you need is done right the first time. Tri-County Land Development.
The Venice High School Marching Indians would like to thank Metro Diner of Venice for sponsoring tonight's amazing family dinner. Please show your support for local merchants and establishments who support our Venice High School band family. Please welcome to the field your superior rated Venice High School Marching Indians. We are led by Director of the Marching Indians, Mr. Avi Cohen, and the Director of Bands, Mr. Jake Green, our Color Guard Director, Javantes Iba. The percussion coordinator is Mark Rose. Woodwind staff is Pam Jeffries. Brass staff is Tim Ferguson. And assistant marching band director is David Kaiser. The 2026 Marching Field Show is entitled Cityscapes. Tonight's performance will debut the first movement, The City Awaits, as well as music from the second movement, Rush Hour. Featuring pieces by Michael Markowski and Eric Morales, Cityscapes takes you through a day in the life of a bustling metropolis, from the first light of morning to the rush of the city streets. Drum majors Jenny Castillo and Lily Smith, is your band ready? Venice High School Marching Indians, you may begin your performance.
gentlemen, please welcome your Venice High dance team.
Them boys up to something. Friday night lights, whole season bumping. Breeze lit up, yeah, the whole time pumping. Venice on the map, yeah, you know how we run. Cross that bridge, go see the smoke and the lights. Whole field blood, yeah, we built for the fight. Yeah, you know how we step. Green smoke, ride by. You won't believe your eyes. Them Indians, yeah, we coming with force. Be on that helmet, yeah, we stand as a force. Don't cross the nation, we don't got no smoke. Play anybody, you think we scared? You must be a joke. It's just different here. Jumping, yeah, you know we up. Venice on the hill, rings on the way, yeah, you know how it's done. It's just different here. We don't stop till it's won.
Great job, ladies.
We're back here at Powell Davis Stadium for the second half of the Gulf Coast Sharks Venice Indian football game. John Massoni here again with Jeff Fulcher. Jeff, all I can say is it's 58-7.
Yep.
And the Sharks were coming in here with a new coach from this after the spring and whatnot, and kind of shows a little bit they're just kind of not up to speed, especially what the Venice Indians had to do. And I will tell you this might be the most overall talented team I've seen Venice since Coach Peacock's been here. Maybe not going way back to the 07-09 era, but as far as athletes in the field, this is there's a lot of them, and they're showing up tonight on defense and on offense.
That is a big time statement right there.
Just the talent level. I mean, there's so many guys. The depth of this team is, really, it's really different.
I mean, when you think of the great teams that this place has had, you don't got to look very far, right? 2024, 2021, 2017, they're over there on that fence. 2021 especially, man. I mean, that team.
Oh, there was a lot.
I mean, I think they literally had a running clock on everybody but a Popka in the state championship.
I think you're right. And I said, but this, like I said, the way that you got a freshman with two touchdown catches from a freshman,
right?
Who's a backup, and I'll tell you what, number 54, Xavier Hall, has shown up
and
tonight.
A freshman's throwing him the football.
Right, and a freshman backup is throwing the football,
so
looking great doing it too.
Right, I understand exactly what you're saying.
And obviously, I'm again no indictment of Gulf Coast,
right?
But they're obviously not up of the level, and I say that where they complete a nice pass.
Gulf Coast High School used to be in Venice's district.
Yes,
a couple of years ago.
So 19 and 26 on the tackle.
Very late flag here, John, in the middle of the field.
Let's see what it is. That would be Booker and Harrington on the tackle.
What was that, sportsmanlike conduct?
No, he said it's something 5-yard penalty, and I guess it's going to be. So they didn't move the change yet, so it's not a. Let's see what it comes down to here. But anyway, you've just got a lot of guys that can make plays. Except 2 freshmen you're talking about. Macho Jones is not playing tonight, and he's a star running back returning. Ira Dale looks great at playing running back as well. So there's a lot of stuff a lot of good things to see. I would say, the defense is going to get tested a little bit more as time goes on. 100%. I can promise you that. Especially when you get some of the teams with these bigger offensive linemen.
I mean, who do we play first? Rains? Is Rains week 2?
No. They're going to be in October sometime.
Is Lakeland week 2?
Lakeland's week.
Let's look at the schedule here.
2 or 3. So now we got time because we got a flag that we're trying to figure out. It's unsportsmanlike conduct after the play.
A little schedule. Little schedule watch here. All right, so next week we're playing team from Georgia.
In Georgia, yeah. Raybon Gap. Nakuchi.
August 28th, Smart Inn Sports Academy. They're from
similar
Miami.
to First Academy kind of thing, yeah.
Then you go Lakeland, away at Lakeland.
So that's the big one.
Home against Lehigh District game. Home against Cape Coral. What can you tell me about Cape Coral?
Don't know much about Cape Coral.
Okay, me neither. We'll figure that out. Then we're home against Sarasota. Away against Rains. That's the game in Jacksonville.
Yes.
Home against Lakewood Ranch, another district game. And then the game, an away game on, what would that be, October 16th against Riverview. That is the game. And then to round out the regular season on October 23rd, home against Northport High School, which is also a district game.
So, yeah, we talked about this in the coaches show, too, about there are big games. Lakeland's a big game, but it's a big game in regards to what people in the football universe think about, right?
Right.
But the biggest game, if you're looking at the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years, is going to be Riverview.
100%.
Okay, now we're okay. So it was a dead ball foul, but they marked it so it turned into a 30-yard penalty. So again, I'm going to have to figure this out, but it's going to be 2nd and 23. Kramer looking to throws a little sidearm. Oh, that could have. And he did get beat. Number 4 beat Booker, and that would be Hicks. And Booker grabbed him, which is probably a smart move. I think if he would have not grabbed him, he was gone to the races.
No,
but Riverview is a big game, and it's a district. It's about home field advantage. It's everything that it has all those things tied up to it. County championships, if you want to count those, all those things. Everything is wound into that game, which makes it fun.
And they think they've got a really good team this year. Coach, what's the head coach's name?
Coach Mark Christiani.
Coach Mark Christiani, he's a really good coach, and he's got them boys confident, and they're trying to make some noise this year. Wow, big time tackle there.
Octagavani.
That is Gabriel Octaviani. I mentioned his name earlier.
And quarterback is still down.
No gain on the play.
They always say it's their year. Well, but the same thing. Listen, the same thing happens every year.
And quarterback went down again. He's a little wobbly after the last hit. But yeah, but rightfully so. In some cases, they've made improvements, and we're in Coach Christiani's 3rd year, I think now.
2nd or 3rd, yeah.
So no, it's his 2nd year, because last year was his 1st.
Okay.
But anyway, so 2nd year, he's a knowing Mark. He's a culture building guy. Okay.
Yep.
He's always sort of thinking in those terms of how can I motivate these kids? How can I show them what it takes? The weight room is the weight room and the football field, but sometimes it's that mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I talked a little bit about this in some preseason stuff. That I keep my eye on Port Charlotte a lot because they've gone up the ladder in a sort of systematic way. And I thought last year's team, again, I don't know the psyche of it, but there's always a point where you figure you get there and you're like, oh, this is what it's all about. And then now that you've been to the semifinals and you've got a returning 4-star quarterback, a returning 4-star wide receiver, a returning 3-star running back, okay, plus the other guys, that these guys are like, okay, we've been here and we're talented, as talented as anybody else. The moment's not going to get past us. If we lose, we lose, but it's not going to be about the moment. And we'll have all the stuff we needed to know we've learned at this point. And I think that's going to be a big step for them.
And having that leadership, those guys were that regional finals game against Tampa Jesuit.
Big deal. That was a big deal.
They were dead. It was 2 minutes ago. There were people leaving the stands. They thought that game was wrapped up. But Port Charlotte didn't. And all those kids, most of those kids are coming back. That's huge for that program. Huge.
And that's what I mean. You take it and say it didn't happen. No, but they're coming back with. It wasn't a senior-laden team that they got pieces to come back to. So I think that's a real big deal. And Coach Ingman, he's well over almost into 15 years as a head coach.
Well, when you start at 22.
So yeah, he's been going for a while, and so again, we talk about Coach Peacock. Hey, he was an I formation guy for years, and then he made adjustments and figured things out. So that experience, his experiences as a coach, it's all helpful. It's all good. That punt was better than most, but still sort of a shank that bounded out of bounds they're going to put at the 50-yard line. We're going to do a water break. Let's do a quick break, get some commercials in here before we run out of time. Be back right after this on VSN.
It's Maverick for our friends at Tommy's Express Car Wash. You won't find a better wash than at Tommy's Express. 3 minutes in and out to save you time. With Venice now open, Tommy's now has 8 convenient locations in the area and many more to come. Join the Tommy Club here and you're a member at them all. Text the word WORKS to 52884 and get a free WORKS wash. Good luck this season.
Tri-County Land Development, servicing the Charlotte, Sarasota, and Manatee areas for over 19 years. Quality workmanship in residential and commercial sites.
Back here at Powell Davis Stadium at the 50-yard line. Handoff to Dale. He gets his way up to about the 42-yard line. Brought down by number 2 and 4. That would be Lindsay and Hicks. New quarterback in at number 14 for the Venice Indians.
Let me tell you what, I really like these uniforms, John.
I know, they're nice. It's Terrell Jones.
I said it earlier. It's great for the guys in the press box. These bright numbers.
God, I love being able to read the numbers. And for a while there, ball was kind of tipped a little bit.
Jones's pass to Tessa incomplete.
But there was a little bit of time there where they were just putting jerseys out there that you couldn't read the numbers. Silver numbers with the lights hitting. I'm like, what? I don't even know who it is. I would just guess.
Yeah.
Now Dale's got a nice run there. Breaks it out to the outside and gets down to the 31. It's a first down. Brought down by number 5. That is Crane on the tackle.
Whoever gets up last is getting the tackle. It's that kind of thing.
There's no doubt about that.
You know, what's nice to see, John, is the student section is actually full and engaged. That doesn't happen very often here at
you know what?
Venice High School.
You know, how many home games do you get? No matter if it's a kickoff classic or not, it's a football game. So get into it.
Right. I mean, it's nice to see that student section down there is literally it is jacked full, and they're all standing. You don't see that.
There you go. We got another timeout. We'll take a quick break again here from Powell Davis Stadium. Be right back after this.
It's Maverick for our friends at Tommy's Express Car Wash. You won't find a better wash than at Tommy's Express. 3 minutes in and out to save you time. With Venice now open, Tommy's now has 8 convenient locations in the area and many more to come. Join the Tommy Club here and you're a member at them all. Text the word WORKS to 5.
Back here live. That's Ira Dale on the carry.
There he goes.
Breaks the tackle again, stays in bounds. No, they're saying he ran out of bounds at the 13-yard line.
We have another Gulf Coast player hurt.
Still on the carry over right side.
Number 5, Torrin Crane, is rolling around.
Stepping out of bounds.
See if we can see. He was down early in the play, about the 20-yard line. I don't know. I didn't see him get blocked. He took on Dale, and I think it just got hitting hard there. No, but anyway. So moving forward, the season's going to be interesting. You read the schedule off earlier, and we talked about Riverview. I'll tell you another team that I'm really looking to see how well they do is Sarasota.
They got a really good
quarterback West. He's a 4-star kid. He's getting offered by Florida and a bunch of different places too. So and last year the combo of him and I believe it was number 1 last year. They were special together. And so Coach Campbell up there he's in a couple of years. I think his 3rd year now as well. So he's getting his program churned up. So can't blink on them, that's for sure. And Lakewood Ranch always a tough team. Coach Paravicini, number of years being there, and he does a really good job getting his team put together. So the district's going to be interesting because I think those 4 teams, I'm not going to totally eliminate Lehigh and Northport, but they're going to play a lot of games against each other, and that are going to matter.
100%.
That's Vanderpool, I believe, on the carry.
Number 14, yep. No, that's Terrell Jones.
34 is Vanderpool. Yeah, he's the running back. He ran it. Jones is the quarterback. So Vanderpool takes it up to the 5, a gain of 8, makes it 2nd and 2 at the 8-yard line.
Well, just talking about them bright numbers and completely messed that one up.
Actually, the ball's at the 5. I'm all messed up. Yeah, ball's at the 5. Jones on the keeper, and he slips down about a yard short of the line of scrimmage. Called a loss of 1. 3rd and 3 from the 6-yard line. Got a penalty. We jumped, we moved. go back 5. And this right now, getting these young guys in here and these backups in here, it's good. You don't want to see, pre-snap penalties. I get that. But you want these guys to get some reps against another team. And that sometimes a little bit of experience, it means a lot.
Listen, it is so important that these guys get reps because, hold on one moment.
Oh, right in Blakely's, sort of on his fingertips. It was a nice throw, kind of turned him around a little bit, but almost completed.
Listen, with the opening of Welland Park, okay, with the opening of Welland Park High School, what that does is that completely guts your depth.
Correct.
It completely guts your guys that maybe weren't playing, your guys that were the second stringers or the third stringers. So that means.
Oh, that's good. Deep in the corner.
Wow.
Oh, did he get his foot in?
Moly. They're calling
He did.
a touchdown.
That's Blakely on his 3rd touchdown catch of the night. That one was.
That's Mike.
Yeah, Mike with a catch. If you watch the replay, he gets that one. He knows where he's at. He gets that 1 foot in. Here we go. Watch right. No, that's the wrong one. I know.
Wow.
That's it. Boom.
That ball was thrown
Right
only
there.
where he could catch it.
Woo. I mean, right there. Great play.
So what I was saying was it's important to get these guys in the game because if your first stringers go down, man, they're all you got, really.
Yeah.
They are. You don't have much after them because of that new high school.
The other part of it is this. So over the years when the program was being built, Extra Point is good. You have a freshman team about 50 guys on it.
Right.
So now you're not going to get as many, right? JV's going to be a little shorter, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to have a little bit of a harder time from that perspective. And so that's a very big consideration. Now the other part is this. If the plan comes to fruition, which the county had said initially, that the schools were all going to be equally put with the same amount of kids, like 1,600, 1,800. Right. So you're going to all fall into a category of maybe 4A or 5A schools, and you almost have a built-in district you're going to be making because I don't think Riverview is going to get smaller.
Right.
So now you're saying, okay, the numbers on the schools are going to go down, so that brings the amount of players down. And you're right, it is depth, it is practicing.
Right.
So one of the things that you get a lot of different situations where parents are disappointed because their son's not playing as much as he did when he was younger or whatever. But sometimes football is just a matter of how big you are. I mean, I'm 5'9". If I walked out there to play football now, they'd be like, "Hey, little guy, how are you doing?"
Right.
You know what I mean? And I could be the most enthusiastic guy in the world. Unless I'm a special athlete, I'm going to be a backup.
Right.
I'm going to be a guy who plays hard in practice and that kind of thing. There's an underselling of that, and then of course, and that also is part of team building because it's an entire team. They don't take a picture of the starters and a pictures of the backups. It's all one team. And I think people lose track of that, and they don't look at the importance of what those players are having. So yeah, there's your issue. Who's going to line up and give me a good look on my first team guys in practice?
Right.
Who's going to be ready to play if somebody goes down in a Riverview game or the Sarasota game? And that's you're 100% right. That's where the difference is going to be made.
The scout team guys don't get enough credit, man. I mean, those guys, like you just said, are giving the first stringers the look of the opponent that you're about to play. And if you just say, crap, I'm on the scout team, man, are you kidding me? And you just go out there and give half effort, you're not helping anybody.
Right.
You're not helping yourself. You're not helping the first stringers.
Well, I thought he was in the end zone by a good step and a half. I actually put down touchback. I was already putting it down there. So he returns it up to the 40-yard line. Jeff, real quick, got a couple of shout-outs to make. First, number one thing, soon-to-be Venice Hall of Fame inductee, Trey Burton, texting us with some scores, kept us updated on the Cardin Mooney St. Thomas Aquinas game, which is a 49-0 final win for St. Thomas Aquinas. Also got a shout-out to a buddy of mine up in Indiana named Mark Litweiler, another graduate of 83.
Okay.
He's up in Indiana watching the game.
Awesome.
Loving every minute of it. Watching Venice High School football. Hopefully all the other people around the country and all the friends here in Venice are still watching. I doubt they are, but nonetheless, and a 64-7 win, a victory, I should say. Or not yet a game. We're not in victory just yet. But appreciate everybody watching, and keep watching because the games are going to get a little better, and we're going to see some really special football as the year goes on. That's tackle there by 50. That's Wild Goose. And
I love that last name.
we got a very excited PA announcer who's going to make up a nickname for Mr. Wild Goose.
Mr. Wild Goose. Wild thing, baby.
And Picard on the tackle also.
And the cheerleaders working hard for everybody, of course. So is the dance team, man. The dance team is unbelievable.
Doing a really good job. Paul's a little behind him.
Ringer's pass to Rivera, incomplete. Sets up third down.
So 3rd and 9 now. 9:57 left on the clock. Now check my phone and see who else wants a shout out.
Oh, yeah, now
Not that he asked for it. Nobody asked for it.
now they're going to roll in.
But I like doing it because I do want to appreciate everybody doing, who's taking the time to watch us and respond to me.
Well, my dad's watching from Indiana, so we got Indiana
There you go.
covered.
See, that's what you got to do. That's a special one. You got to shout that one out.
Yep.
Quick throw and catch and brought down by number 5. That's Keyshawn Campbell.
Class of 96 grad, he is.
Ringer's pass is complete to Graham.
He's a young
Brought
guy.
down by
Yeah.
Campbell.
Ball goes up to the 47, giving him a gain of 6. So it's 4th and 3.
Ball starting against the Sharks.
Update, opening kickoff of the second half. Welland Park ran it back for a touchdown return, 31-7 Welland Park.
Okay.
It was a penalty right there, 5-yarder.
You think Trey's still watching?
This game?
This game right here.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Look forward to seeing him.
So 4th and 8 in the punt. It's been a tough night punting for the Sharks. And it went offsides and went back, and the referee didn't want to throw his flag on that, I don't think. Ball is again kicked out of bounds. Oh, into the stands.
Into the
this
bleachers.
time.
Watch out. First
So
it
that
was
one
the
way
tuba.
up there. So with 8 minutes, I don't even know where it went out. How would you even know where that went out? At
You
that
just got to
point?
take your guess.
And Trey Burton said, "Yes, I am still watching."
Okay. Perfect.
That's why he's a Hall of Famer. He doesn't give up.
Why is all the Famer, baby?
So, and then there was anybody out there watching. Check Venice Athletics on their websites. The Hall of Fame induction ceremony will be on September 12th. It's a Saturday. Tickets are available, so please go check that out. We want to get as many people there as we can, or we can fit into the plantation facility. So please go out there and help us out. It is also a fundraiser for Venice Athletics, so everybody
awesome.
gets benefits from it.
Awesome. I know that there's a couple athletes. Mark Guthrie's being inducted. He's a pitcher here.
Yes,
Venice
indeed.
High School.
So I'll just let you know.
Won a World Series.
Mark Guthrie sat in a lot of calls. Oh, look at Mike Blakely.
Mike.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
That's a freshman, folks, right there. That's a 55-yard touchdown. And that was Jones in at quarterback on that one? Yes, it was. 14. So that's his 4th touchdown pass of the game.
I mean, little hitch route and then puts his foot in the ground and gets upfield, man. Never looks
special.
back.
That's special. So Mark was a class of 83 guy with me.
Okay.
Good friends over the years. Craig Faulkner, who will be there for the 2007 team. He'll be inducted with the team, obviously.
Yep.
A 1983 graduate as well with me.
Okay.
So I would say at this point, if based on 2 years, 83 is in the lead in regards to the state champions. And, of course, Larry Sandberg, a longtime baseball coach and athletic director of Venice High School. So I'll group him in with the 80s group. That would probably say that was Larry's golden years.
Okay.
He was baseball coach, offensive line coach.
He was everything, man.
So he had Craig Faulkner for two in a row. If he was the basketball coach, forget about it. He would have had all 3. So, really great situation there. Margot Sinibaldi also one, and Cooper Hammond was inducted as well.
Big Coop.
So it's going to be a great night, and of course Trey Burton there as well. Going to be a great night, and hopefully this tradition that we started a year ago was going to continue on, and as time goes on, it's going to be more and more opportunity for people to be there, and heck, we might be watching a couple of Hall of Famers right now. You never know.
You're right.
It would be 72. So it's 72-7. Or no, wait, yeah, 72-7.
Maybe they'll put you in the Broadcast Hall of Fame, John. The Venice High School Broadcast.
Don't give me another chance to talk. That's what everybody's going to say, like, oh, and he's going to talk again?
Oh, boy.
But if I did, I would be very proud of a situation like that. But nonetheless, there's a lot more quality athletes and folks that have been around for a long, long time to get in there. So we'll see. That's going to be a yearly thing in the fall. And we get scholarships last year were given out,
right?
Which was great. So that's what we're hoping for, to keep giving out scholarships as well as help from funding, because people don't realize that there's not a lot of funding from the county, or much of funding for athletics.
No.
This is all done by gate money
do it yourself.
and fundraising and everything else. So yeah, there's no doubt about that.
You got to have your own booster club. You got to have, you got to have all that to do things that you want to do. To go to Georgia, you have to raise this money by yourself.
Yeah.
The county's not paying for you to go to Georgia.
No, there's not a chance of that happening. So another touchback.
When baseball goes to North Carolina, that's baseball paying for that. It's when volleyball goes to their tournaments, that's them paying for that.
Yeah, no doubt. So while we're sitting here, I'm going to shout out some folks that do a really great job helping us out. We've got Trey Burton, Monty Jacobs from Carroll GMC. He does a wonderful job with us all the time. Thanks to him, what he does. My buddy Lenny Foley, who's watching, he's a spotter a lot of times for us up here, so we give him a good big shout out. All the guys that we work with and all the people on the Hall of Fame committee that are watching as well, thank you guys for helping out and watching tonight, seeing how the Indians are prepping for hopefully a championship season.
And of course, Francis and his whole crew.
Well, we always leave them for you got to give them the big thank you at the end. So Harrington on the tackle.
Wow, big time tackle there in the
Yes.
backfield. Number 46, yep. Thor Velarde.
There's Thor Velarde. Between Thor and
we got
Wild
some
Goose,
names this year.
We can be really, really
I like this.
different with this
I
stuff.
like this, man. Tackled by Thor.
So 3rd and 8.
Drop the hammer. Oh, there it is.
Or 3rd and 2, I'm sorry.
Got to thank Jess.
Jess Pacino, she does a lot.
The big prez.
She is in the middle of everything, but she has to be in some cases.
Right.
Harrington on the tackle again, but 23 on the carry. Takes it up to the 41-yard line. That's a 13-yard gain and a first down.
Just tackle him, get up, and let's just get off the field. Healthy, fellas.
2:34 left in the game.
Get off the field, get home, and start packing.
Basically. Makes my work week short. There you go. And that's our boy. I think that's our guy. he broke it out.
Yeah.
Quentin Wild Goose on the tackle for loss. Yeah, you know that's going to be stuck on him. Looks like the Sharks are taking their time.
Yeah, they got a long ride down to Naples.
Little sidearm throw, a little overthrow at number 14. third down.
Brings up third down and 16 yards.
You know, Jeff, while we got a few moments here, some takeaways. Obviously, Mike Blakely with a stellar night, catching passes. Oh, and wait, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. Star Cooling Solutions. Thank you for being our sponsor for our kickoffs. 941-390-1090. Family owned and operated. Do install, maintenance, and service. That's Stark Cooling Solutions for all your AC and cooling needs. We called the timeout. See, now that was all my prep roll in here to end it here, but I guess we'll just keep on going. But thank you to all of our sponsors this year. Always very, very much appreciated. Sponsors for the live stream, sponsors for the field, sponsors for the Jumbotron, sponsors for the coaches show. Everybody does a great job. There's a crawl across the bottom. Please look at those names and go solicit those folks as much as you can. There's also a full, like, what do you call it, like a flip down? What's the where the
ticker
in the corner here? Like it just keeps. Yeah, the ads flip. But again, those are all sponsors. We want to thank them and then support them. That's the ways you can make sure that they have plenty of money to do it again next year.
Right. And really looking forward to this season of football. Football's back, baby, man. It was a long time.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. High school football, we talked a lot about the open division, different things. The local area had the opportunity to do that. Quick pitch, a little option play, and that's Harrington again on the tackle. And I think that might be the last play. Because Venice is lined up like it is, so we'll see if that's what their will imposes on them. But football in general, you've got the college football with how things are rolling out. They're sort of getting their act together with stuff. Pro football, gosh, what good storylines are going to be this year. You've got the story of the Rams kind of putting together this almost like this super team. A lot going on there. So I think it's going to be very interesting from all around for football. And we are just at the very first starting line right now. So we're looking forward to this. Well, there's your final score. The Venice Indians win this game 72-7 over the Gulf Coast Sharks. Guys, we appreciate you watching tonight. We kind of wrapped it up about 5 times already, so let's do our wrap up. Jeff, anything you want to add to this?
Tune in every week, folks.
Tune in when we're watching. There's no doubt about it when we're broadcasting. I would probably say you're not going to see us next week because I don't know if we can get Francis to go to Georgia. But those games that we're going to have, this is going to be a little bit of a tussle. But we will try to get updates as much as we can. Stay tuned to all that kind of good stuff. So for Jeff Fulcher, Francis Haynes behind everything, all the cameramen and ladies and kids and everybody down there. Appreciate all their help. Thank you for tonight. 72-7 final score. See you back here on VSN in 2 weeks. Have a good night.
Thank you, guys.